Hi y'all, it's Hot Mess Mama reporting to you live from Greenville, North Carolina, headquarters of my kitchen. My husband's doing the moonwalk behind me, thinking he's really funny and trying to disrupt me. And my children are upstairs. They're supposed to be taking naps, and they're not. They're playing each other. So yes, Hot Mess Mama live here, brought to you from my headquarters here in Greenville, North Carolina. It is 4 o'clock, and it is January 5th, and we are on day 2.5 of snow days with this crazy snowstorm that's come in. And although we only got 4 inches in the south, 4 inches might as well be 50. And it's cold. It's way cold. Like this time of year, we're supposed to be like in the 40s, 50s, EV 60s maybe, and we are in the single digits, maybe 10, 12 degrees this morning. Anyways, hey Heather, how are you? Good to see you. So what I'm going to do today is talk a little bit about the Instant Pot. I got an Instant Pot for Christmas. Dun, dun, dun. Here's the box, Instant Pot. Woo! And I've heard so many great things about this. This is like the current fad. Well, I hope it's not a fad, but you know, I guess that pressure cookers and this is like a all-in-one pressure cooker, yogurt maker, rice cooker, slow cooker. I guess these things have all been around forever, but we've just kind of rebranded it into one new package, and it's all the rage right now. So hey guys, how you doing? So hey Christy, how are you? So I have no idea what I'm doing with this Instant Pot thing, and I'm kind of freaked out about it because after reading all through the instruction manual of all the ways that you could maim or decapitate yourself if you use it improperly, or some things can be cooked in it and some things can't be cooked in it. And there's all of these different settings. You should see these settings. They're crazy. Like, can you see all these settings on the box? There's like 60 million different things you can do with it, and they all have a different setting. And those settings have settings within settings. So it's super complicated. You think, oh, you know, when you watch the infomercials, it's like, oh, you just dump all the stuff in and you turn that, and in 10 minutes, everything is done. Well, what they don't tell you is that you also have to do some like pre-cooking or preheating, and then you gotta let down all the steam. But like the actual cooking time is short. It's the kind of like preheating and decompressing that adds to the cook time. Anyway, so here's what I'm doing today. All right, I'm doing the pressure cooker chicken tortilla soup. I figured it's freezing cold outside, we'll make some warm soup, and it frankly didn't look too complicated and didn't have too many ingredients because we can't go out to buying things, so I had to get whatever's in my house. All right, so I left the link to the recipe. The recipe, which is probably backwards. I left the link to the recipe in my post, so if you want to follow along or if you want to do it in your own home, great. Otherwise, if you want to cook it later, you got it there for you. So I pre-prepped a lot of this stuff in advance of the call. And so, it took me like an hour to read the instructions. And then I did a test. They have you do like a test run on it to make sure that it works. And then you got to let it cool down. And now I'm ready. But I feel like I've got a lot of knowledge in my head. And if I, maim or decapitate myself, you see it here live, and you can learn from my mistakes, because that's what it's on. That's why I'm here. I was put on this earth so that you could learn from my mommy mistakes. So yes, let's start. Okay, so I've got all these ingredients. It's really pretty simple. It's basically chicken broth, a bunch of spices, an onion, some chicken, and some lime. And then you can put garnishes on it once it's cooked. But yeah, it's pretty basic. So they had you whisk in some corn flour and some spices into some chicken broth. As you can see here, I've already pre-measured all of that stuff so as to not waste your time. And they kind of basically say, just put it in your crock, and I almost called it a crock pot. That would be sacrilegious, and I'm sure all the Instant Pot people would just have things to say about that. Fancy, I know, Heather, aren't they fancy? It's really not fancy, it's easy because I have all the ingredients. So I'm dumping in this, for lack of better terms, slop of spices that I had to whisk together. I feel like I don't want to miss any single little drop. So I'm going to get I'm going to get a spatula. All right, so I've dumped in all those spices, and then they tell you on top of that, so now that you kind of mix those spices in with your 1 cup of chicken broth, you're now supposed to mix in an additional, you're supposed to add the remaining chicken broth to your electric pressure cooker. So there's a total of 6. Now I'm going to measure out 5 more cups. Sorry for the boringness, but that's how I roll. 1. I didn't want to wash more dishes. I love you, but I didn't want to wash more dishes. 2. Oh, I'm just shy of 3. 2. Gotta open up another box. I'm not doing any product placement or anything, but I love this chicken broth because it's a great value. Hey, Jenna Morel, how you doing? Good to see you. And yeah, so great value. You know me, folks. You know what I love? My happy place. It's called Walmart. Okay, what is this? 3? Yeah, this is 3. Tell me, am I measuring 3? Is this cup number 3? Say yes, 3. Somebody say 3. I lost count. 3. We're gonna say it's 3. 3. Hey Brian, how you doing? Merry Christmas. 4 and 5. I got all dressed up for you guys. Look, I'm wearing my pajamas that I've worn for the last 2 days. I did brush my teeth, but yeah, I'm still in pajamas. Yeah, so are my kids. All right, so we put in the spices and we put in the chicken broth, and then it says to mix it until it's well combined. Let's mix it till it's well combined. This takes a lot of skilled people. Do you know I went to culinary school? Yeah, this is what I went to culinary school for. I do cook. I'm a really great cook. Just the Instant Pot scares the bejeebies out of me. Okay, so apparently I didn't get all of the goo out of the bucket here. So, okay, I ain't no Rachel Ray, and I ain't no, who else cooks for these days? I'm no Bobby Flay, I'm no Rachel Ray. I am your hot mess mama chef for today. I did that and I haven't even started drinking yet. Okay, so we mix all this in, and what they're telling you to do now is once you get all this stuff well mixed and combined, that you're supposed to add like 1.5 pounds of chicken breasts, and then an onion, chopped onion, and then you seal the lid. And then you cook it on high pressure for 10 minutes. Now, that all sounds really simple, but like there's like 6,000 different settings for high pressure. So I could very well cook this, and it could be a complete failure. I'm just hoping that I don't kill anybody with, what is it, E. coli? No, what's the stuff that E. coli? In all of our lettuce, apparently, in our romaine lettuce. But no, is it E. coli that we get from chicken, from undercooked chicken? Some kind of bad poisonous stuff. Let's just hope that I can cook it all to its completion. I didn't have time to chop my onion because I was already a few minutes late for our get together here today. How you guys doing? Now in Greenville, North Carolina, as I said, it is kind of frigid cold, and we're all on snow days because, the city can't handle this kind of weather. But there's others of you that are also suffering in your home states. I know some from Illinois, some from Wisconsin, some from up farther north on the East Coast, which are all getting battered. Tell us, Scott, what's going on in your neck of the woods while I chop this onions. I'm not chopping them by hand. Nuh-uh. My mama, a long time ago, I was probably a college student, she bought me this really great little hand chopper. I don't do anything. I just stick it in the chopper, and I turn on a little button, and it chops everything for me. See? It's a chopper. Listen. I'm chopping an onion. No tears. And no tears. No tears, people. No tears. It's a happy show. It's a happy show. It's a happy hot pot. Hot pot. I keep calling it hot pot. It's not a hot pot. Has anyone been to a hot pot restaurant? It's basically like Korean. It's a Korean dish called Korean hot pot. So why do I keep calling it hot pot? It's not a hot pot. It's not a crock pot. It's an, say it with me folks, Instant Pot. Okay, so my little chopper doesn't chop an entire onion in one sitting because it's just that little and compact. So I'm gonna have to chop another one. So while I'm chopping, please someone chime in. How you doing out there? Hey Tanner. I said hey to Tanner already. Brian, what you doing? What you doing out there, Brian? How cold is it out by you? What are you doing today? Did you guys have a snow day? Did you guys have a snow day? Because, all of us out here have had a snow day for like the last 2 days. And it has no signs of stopping because everything's frozen. And streets are frozen, heaters aren't working, the streets can't be plowed. And to add insult to injury, this morning on one of our main streets in Greenville, a water main broke. And so there's all this water flooding in the streets and freezing. So it's like, it really literally is an ice rink out there. Moms, you need to get one. It's a tabletop number. I've literally had it for 20 years. 20 years I've had this chopper. My mama gave this to me. Actually, I may have stolen it from her. That's probably more likely. So we're supposed to put in an entire chopped onion. No tears. Done chopping. Thank you for dealing with me as I chopped. And then it said to add the chicken and onion and seal the lid. Okay, sounds easy enough, right? So here's my chicken breasts. I'm gonna add in the chicken breasts because later, I thought, do I chop it? How do I do it? No, apparently you add them in whole because then later you shred them. You get like forks and you shred them. Hey, Christy, how you doing? Good to see you. So yes, here we go. So I've got all of my ingredients in the pot, and now I'm supposed to get my towel. Now I'm supposed to cook on high pressure for 10 minutes. Again, that sounds super easy, but it's not. So here's the lid here. There were so many warning labels with this thing. It was like on the top, on the box, in the pot, under the pot, in the inserts, everywhere. Like seriously, it's like, I feel like I'm building a bomb or flying the space shuttle or something. Okay, so it plays you a little song when you close the lid. Okay, then you gotta lock it. And you gotta make sure it's on the sealing setting, not the venting. That's when you do the letdown. You put it on the sealing setting. Gotta make sure there's a little button in there. It's kind of like the pressure release button. That's gotta be in the down position, which it is. And we've got our little pot is sealed and it is in the sealing mode. Okay, and now I gotta look at all these buttons now. Okay, and the buttons say, okay, so I'm supposed to use cook on high pressure for 10 minutes. So there's a button here that's called pressure cook. I am going to push that, pressure cook, and I'm supposed to do it for 10 minutes. So I have to set it for 10 minutes. Now, like I said, 10 minutes is one thing. Okay. It's apparently like in 10 seconds or so, it's gonna say, okay, she's done, and we're gonna start the preheating session. And it's gonna preheat itself. And it usually, now it's starting its preheating session. And depending on, apparently what I understand is, depending on what you have in the pressure cooker, like if it's thawed, or if it's room temperature, or if it's cold, or its quantity, all of that plays a role in how quickly the pressure cooker preheats. So it could be anywhere from like a couple of minutes to like 10 or 15 minutes, up to 30 minutes. I think I read that. I could be completely wrong, but it could be really quick or could be not so quick. Hey guys, good to see you. Hey, Denise, how you doing? I haven't seen you in forever. I hope you're doing well. Enjoy your posts on Facebook. Christy Dickinson, hey. What's going on? It's just the little preheating mode thing here, right? And so then once it's done, with the preheating mode, it will go into this 10-minute cooking phase. And then when that 10-minute cooking phase is over, it'll beep at me, I'm assuming, right? And then I will put it, that'll know that it's done cooking. Then you gotta vent it. If you guys haven't vented one of these, I did a test run with some water. If you haven't vented one of the pressure cooker before, it's frightening. It's like a geyser, like you turn this little, I'm not gonna do it for you now, but turn this little lever and this like, shoots out. I guess also when you're cooking soups and stuff like that, because of the amount of liquid that's in the pot, it can splatter and stuff like that. Hey Solly, how are you? Go Big W, woohoo! Go Big Red, on Wisconsin. So apparently when you're cooking liquids, like a soup kind of thing, it can bubble out like that, and it can, cause them. Just don't be surprised if when you're cooking a liquid that a lot of steam and kind of juices bubble and stuff like that. And they tell you not to cook things. There's certain things that you can't cook in a pressure cooker. Like you can't cook like certain kinds of rices or puddings or oatmeals or stuff like that, because apparently it clogs all of this stuff and it's just bad. It's a bad scene. So so I'm like afraid that I'm going to cook something that I shouldn't, and like blow up my house or something like that. I'm sure it's probably not that bad, but I am a hot mess. I'm sure I'm capable of blowing up my house in one way, shape, or form. Okay, so let's not waste your time. This is still in its preheating mode. Once, like I said, it preheats, it'll cook for about 10 minutes, and we got to let down the steam until it's completely let down, and the little pressure knob goes down, kind of like the thing in the turkey. You know what I mean? And then we take it out, we shred the chicken, and then we eat the soup. We garnish it with yogurt, or it says yogurt, sour cream, avocado, tortilla chips, cilantro. Not a huge fan of cilantro. I will eat anything in this world, literally. Like I've eaten shark's fin, and I've eaten some other really pretty, I've eaten dog. I mean, I've eaten all sorts of, not to offend any dog lovers out there. I am a dog lover too, but like I used to do a lot of international travel, so I've eaten some pretty interesting things, but I just do not like cilantro. That's the one thing on my list. One thing. But you can put cilantro in there, pico de gallo, and lime wedges. You're also supposed to put some lime juice in here once the cooking process is done, but so that's kind of where I'm at. But I did want to share a few things. Okay, so I'm a little frustrated because one of the ingredients on the list is tomato paste. Tomato paste. So when you go and buy a tomato paste with the recipe, you get a huge honkin' friggin' can of tomato paste, and you use like 2 scoops of it. So what the hell do you do with the rest of this tomato paste? Because I'm not going to hang on to it until I have another recipe that I'm cooking with tomato paste. So it is a shame that like I don't have this. I think that you can actually buy tomato paste in like a pouch, so that you could keep what's left over. But this was like, 25 cents at Walmart. So this is what I'm dealing with. Yes, because Walmart is a great value. And so I'm wondering if I can I scoop this into like ice cube trays and freeze it like you freeze baby food? So I don't know. I just feel like it's not going to waste, right? That's one thing. Second thing is on this recipe, what do you guys do? What do you do? Sally, what do you do? Denise, what do you do to save tomato paste? Or do you just pitch it? Like 9 times out of 10, I end up just pitching it. Do you do anything with the leftover stuff? Chime in. Other thing is on this recipe, if you guys are going to make this at home in your own homes, note that they said that you need to use 3 tablespoons of taco seasoning. I was like, how do I know if 3 tablespoons is, freeze it. You can freeze it, Sally. How do you do the ice cube tray bit? Like, how do you freeze it? But while you're typing your response, 3 tablespoons of taco seasoning is literally an entire packet of taco seasoning. And taco seasoning is net weight of 1 ounce, 28 grams. So when you're cooking the recipe, just know that that is 1 entire packet. So yes, what else did I want to tell you? Snow days. Snow days. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. All right. So also in this recipe, they tell you to put an entire pack of this stuff in there and then like a gazillion other spices. They're stuff you have in your cabinets, like paprika, chili powder, garlic, cumin, cayenne pepper, all that kind of stuff. And I feel like if I'm putting all the spices in there, why then do I have to add an entire packet of taco seasoning? So, but there is 6 cups of chicken broth in there. So I would like to believe that maybe it's appropriate seasoning levels for that. All right, so now that we're still waiting for this thing to do its preheating, I think it's time for a drink. What do you want to drink? Come with me. Do we want to have wine? Do we want to have beer? What do we want? Okay, folks, what do we want to have? Excuse my messy house. It's a snow day, and I'm on like reprieve for everything. Small cubes and freeze. You make your own taco. I know. I made some of my own taco seasoning too, and a lot of the ingredients that were on the recipe were already in taco seasoning. So I was like, what? That's crazy. All right, so let's go into my medicine cabinet. What are we drinking, folks? Are we drinking white or red? Or are we drinking a cocktail? Or are we drinking a beer? I don't know. I think that like, we're talking, chicken tortilla lime soup. That probably calls for like a Dos Equis or a Corona or, Tecate or some sort of cerveza. But I'm kind of not feeling beer right now. I'm kind of feeling more like a wine. Yeah. Hey, Leslie, how you doing? We're making soup in the Instant Pot. Have you used the Instant Pot yet? Do you have it yet? It looks amazing, and I keep watching all these crazy late night infomercials on it, but I'm terrified that it's going to be like a bomb in my kitchen. Okay, so since no one is chiming in, so Leslie, if you've cooked in the Instant Pot, let me know because this is my first go at this. I am going to open a bottle of wine. Oh, what are we going to open? What are we going to open? So many choices, folks. Oh, I don't know if it's awesome, Leslie. I've never done it before. You'll have to come back and watch the first half of this Facebook Live to see if I am making it look like I bombed on it or whatever. This recipe is like super simple. It's like chicken broth and chicken. So like if you probably already have that stuff in your cabinet, it's good, it's healthy, it's warm, and we're freezing here in the East and Midwest. It's really simple ingredients, but I wanted it that way because I'm freaked out I'm gonna blow up my house or set it on fire or pressure cook my face off. Okay, so I'm not getting any chimes in on this, but I'm at the medicine cabinet, and I'm thinking that I'm going to have to do a white. I got liquor. I got liquor too, and again, it's like a Latin American soup, so I was thinking cerveza, but no, I think I'm going to grab a bottle of wine. What one are we going to open? Why don't we open one with a screw top? Because I don't feel like it making the effort to use a bottle opener. Screw tops on wine, studies have been done, and they say that screw tops on wine is not a cheap thing. Like some of the higher end wines will have screw tops on wine now because it actually is supposed to keep your wines fresher longer. So this is I'm drinking. I am drinking a Sauvignon Blanc 2015 from New Zealand. Earlier, my husband's home because it's snowed. No one's moving in Greenville, so he was home working from home. And I come into the kitchen and I see that there's a bottle of red wine in the kitchen and it's open. And I said, "Hey, why is this open?" He says, "I was drinking it." I said, "I don't see your wine glass anywhere." He's like, "Who needs a wine glass?" All right, that's why I'm here, the man. So we're opening up a bottle. Everyone say cheers, haha. Okay. Pop goes the twist cap. And, I could get a glass. I probably should get a glass, but I don't have anyone to share this with. Here, to you. Cheers. Ching. All right. So, this thing is still preheating. I don't know how long it's been preheating. How long have we been preheating? I don't know. All right, I'm gonna take a sip. Have a sip with me? All right, oh, I know you can't have a sip, Leslie, because I know you're in breastfeeding mode, but I'll take one for you. Uh-oh. Someone is calling me or something. What is that? It's freaking me out. That's my husband. My husband and my kids are upstairs because they were given strict orders to leave me alone while I was doing this Facebook Live. And so they're upstairs and they're sending me beep beeps on the intercom. Okay, also, ooh, that's kind of good. It's not cold, but I don't care. It's cold enough outside. One of my resolutions was to kind of be more fit. Not more fit, but like, you know, get back to my regular fitness regime. And okay, I'm smelling something that kind of smells like it's burning. It kind of smells like plastic. Yeah. Hey, Gail. How you doing? Welcome to the Mad Show, the Crazy Show, the Hot Mess Mama Show. I'm kind of smelling something over here that's a bit plasticky. You know, like sometimes when you get a new appliance, and this is the first time it's actually been cooked in. You know, sometimes you get a new appliance or something like that, you cook in it, and it still has a residual like plastic wrapping in it or whatever, and you can, yeah, it kind of smells like that. It smells like there's plastic burning. I hope I got all the wrapping out. But yes, okay, so it's still preheating. So what do you do while you preheat? I'll do this while I preheat. My kids are happy and they know it and they're clapping their hands. Why? Because a snow day is every kid's dream. They don't have to go to school. They don't have to wear uniforms. They don't have to do anything but scream and run around and play. Okay, so let me tell you a little story about how my day's gone. Oh, I was saying that I was like trying to go get back into my healthy regime. You know, happening during the holidays. Hey, Penny, how you doing, girl? Are you in Hawaii anymore? Because if you are, you're officially not my friend. Like, really? Hawaii while we're all freezing our patooties off out here in Greenville? So I was getting into this, you know, trying to get back into my regular fitness routine. And part of that is that there was a long time when I was training that I didn't do anything but drink water and eat clean foods. And I couldn't drink milk, couldn't have dairy, couldn't drink anything but water. No sodas, no coffees, no teas, definitely no alcohol, right? Okay, well, I learned that was great for the couple of years that I did it, but I ain't going back to that place again. That was a scary place. That is an unhappy place. So, but I did say that, you know what? I'm going to limit my alcohol drinking to just on the weekends, right? So I'm only going to have a drink on, you know, Friday or Saturday or Sunday. And it wasn't going to be anything insane. And then life took over. Kids are crazy. They make me absolutely nuts. And especially over the holidays, I've been drinking, you know, there's lots of causes to accelerate. So I've been drinking a little bit more than I should have. So January 1 came and I said, maybe I could, and there's a news anchor, I think on Good Morning America or something like that, she's like, just for, you know, a little health pick me up, I'm just going to not drink for 30 days. And she's like, I'm drinking seltzer water with an orange twist. I'm like, that kind of sounds good, but I don't think I can do it, right? And then like today was like a cluster beep. It's cluster beep with my children because we're all cabin fevered inside. We can't do anything, we go outside. And when I say go outside, like the northerners do not, southerners do not do the snow. We just don't do it. Penny, we don't do it. What are you doing at home? I hope you have heat. Do you have heat? We have heat. Thank God we have heat. Are you guys okay? Do you do anything? Anyways, so the southerners don't do snow. We don't have plows. We don't have shovels. We don't have salt. We don't have sand. We don't have any infrastructure to care for any of this. So we're all trapped in our homes and everything is closed. And schools are closed and, you know, government offices are closed. Businesses are closed. And we're all stuck here. And the snow has no sign of melting because, you know, it's so freaking cold. And I thought to myself, all right, I made it through 2 days of not reaching for a drink when my kids were making me nuts, trapped in this house in the snow. And so I was really proud of myself. And then today hit, and it was just like, they are crazy. Even when we send them outside, we can't send them outside for very long because when we send them outside, they don't have appropriate like snow wear. So they're wearing like raincoats and like rain galoshes because that's the only thing that they have to keep and pajamas. So they're only out there for a few minutes before they're freezing cold. And then they're coming back in here soaking wet and screaming at me, mommy, mommy, I need this, that, and the other thing. But then today I was upstairs. I have to drink for this. I was upstairs. Husband was downstairs with the kids. I was upstairs putting away laundry or something. And I can hear my kids going, don't tell daddy. Go get more candy. Go tell daddy. Don't get more candy. And so I come down here. And my kids had gotten into the Sam's Club. Yep, still smelling like burning plastic. I'm not very positive about this first trial run. Anyways, so I come down here to see that my kids have gone and they found a Sam's Club sized bulk box of fruit snacks, Minion fruit snacks. And what did I find all over the house? 11 empty bags of fruit snacks. 11 empty bags of fruit snacks. So I told him, said, there will be no more candy, there will be no sugar, there will be no ice cream, there will be no treats for the rest of the day because you just ate yourself your sugar limit. You don't want to see my kids on sugar. They're already high energy enough as it is and being trapped in this house with nowhere to go, but literally running around my house screaming. At one point each one of them had a Navi or a tablet. My husband was like on his phone. The television was on. And we have an Alexa, one of those like, Alexa dots, those Amazon dots. That was playing music. I was like, there was literally noise at me from every angle. And I was like, this is freaking crazy. So like that, again, snow day, I believe that I get a reprieve for, is there like a pass? Do I have like a hall pass because it's a snow day? All right, y'all just say hall pass, hall pass, hall pass. Okay, so I feel like I don't want to waste your time anymore because this is taking so long. I don't even know if this thing's preheated yet. It isn't even preheated yet. It's been that long and it still isn't preheated. And everything was room temperature. So in theory, this should have been preheated by now, but it hasn't. So I don't want to waste your time anymore, but you have the general concept here of how it's supposed to work. And like I said, once this is done cooking, and it's doing something. Hey, drink up. I know, Sally, do you have some? Have a glass. Have a glass. It's only 3:30 in Chicago, or Wisconsin. But, it's cold. You got to warm yourself up somehow. That's what what? My sister and I were home for to see my mom this last week. And my sister said, yeah, like the Illinoisans and Wisconsin, like the Midwesterners, they have a definite style. She's from like Park City, Utah. She's like, they have a definite style. And I look at her and I said, well, what's that? She goes, it's like frumpy. Like that's the style, frumpy. I'm like, Ellen, it is brutal cold in the Midwest. And we do nothing in the Midwest but drink ourselves warm, right? You're drinking bourbon. Oh, I should have thought of that. In the Midwest, we drink ourselves warm. We eat cheese curds and Friday night fish fries. And it's so freaking cold out. Nobody wants to be out there. And, so yeah, sorry we're frumpy. Hey, Joy, how you doing? Gone, Wisconsin. Woohoo! I'm so proud that we actually won the bowl. And we actually beat a really good team. I can't tell you how many bowl games that I have gone to watch the Badgers, and we have failed miserably. So, yes. So again, once this is all done, doing it. I wish I had because we're live, I don't have any editing here. But basically what we have done so far is we have assembled all the ingredients, put them into the Instant Pot, not the crock pot, not the hot pot, but the Instant Pot. And we have done the settings, and it is in its preheating mode. And that preheating mode is based on or determined by the contents that are in your Instant Pot. So yeah, it's still in its preheating mode. So don't be deceived when you see these great recipes that only take 10 minutes to cook, or hey, you can have hard-boiled eggs in 30 seconds. No, because you have to wait a series of minutes, anywhere from 3 to 30 minutes, for your Instant Pot to preheat or pre-pressurize or whatever. And then the cooking time starts. So then, so you wait 10, 15 minutes for the thing to pre-ready itself, and then you add on the cooking time. And then once the cooking time's done, you have a letdown time. And depending on the recipe, you can do a manual letdown where you turn this little steam release button and the geyser comes out, and you can because you can't open this, it's locked until the thing is done cooking and depressurized. Ignore my whining dog. And that, so there's the preheat, then there's the cook time, and then there's the depressurizing time before you can even open the lid. But in practice, apparently you're able to then eat right out of, I'm going to take the chicken out, shred it, add some lime juice, and we'll be good to go, and some garnishes. But so don't be deceived. I think it's great once I'm sure, what I think this would be really great for? I was watching an infomercial on this the other night. They can do apparently ribs that are fall off the bone ribs, right? Which would normally take us hours on a grill or slow cooking in an oven or in a crock pot, not an Instant Pot, a crock pot. So I think for things like that normally take a gazillion hours to cook, this is a really great invention. But when we're talking about things that shouldn't take very long at all, like soup, or things that don't need to be super tender or something like that. Hey, Amy, how you doing? I almost kind of find like it's pointless. Like I think that this soup recipe probably could take the same amount of time on my stovetop that it can in this Instant Pot. But they all talk about how like the chicken is just so moist, or the meats are just so moist, and all of the flavor from the broth and the liquid that's in there infuses itself into the the meat or the protein, and we'll see how great it is. But then you know what too, like you can bake in these things apparently, and like you can saute in these things, you can make yogurt in these things. We'll figure it all out at some point. I just want to get through this first recipe, which is, that's my daughter. My daughter just walked in. I was like, okay, hey. My daughter is literally wearing, hey, hi, Sonny, want to say hi? That's my daughter. Can you see her? There she goes. Do not touch the fruit snacks. She's already had 11 packets of fruit snacks today. We already talked about that earlier. But can you see the steam coming out now? Can you see the steam? Steam here, right? Okay, apparently this is like an indicator that we are getting close to the preheat completion. Because once it starts to steam like that, that means it's coming, ready. And then there's a little popper button in that goes kind of like the one in a turkey, and it pops up, and then you know that the preheat is done, right? It's in its pressurized mode. Preheat is done, and then the cooking can start. And then we add our 10 minutes for the cooking, right? And then we do the letdown. But yeah, and apparently there's a moisture. I had to install a steam. Like there's like a little cup here. You can't see it. Maybe you can here. Can you see it? Can you see this little plastic thing right here? This is supposed to gather like the residual steam that comes out. Can you see this now? They explicitly tell you in like graphic detail not to put your face or your hands anywhere near this because it is scalding hot steam. So, ooh, but you know what? I don't smell burning plastic anymore. I'm starting to smell the spices coming out of the steamer here. I don't know how like washer friendly these are. Like I know that you can't. I mean, like it's like wait, oh, the popper went up. So that means that like 10 minutes from now, assuming once little timer goes on, I should be able to start decompressing. But they tell you that that you have to really kind of maintain your Instant Pot. The Instant Pot itself, just like a crock pot, you can't put it in the washer, right? But you can put like you can't even put any of the components in a washer. It has to all be hand washed. So, okay. This little 10-minute recipe has turned into more than a 10-minute recipe because you've got to prep, you got to preheat, you got to cook, and you got to let down. And something of a recipe that is as simple as this could be done just as fast, in my opinion, on a stovetop. So I'm thinking that the only time that I would ever really use this thing is if I'm doing something that requires a lot of low and slow that I don't want to wait for, like, stews. Boo. Wait, Solly, have you used the Instant Pot? Do you use it for anything else? You used to have a rice cooker in college. Solly was my roommate. So I used to have a rice cooker in college. I used to use that pretty often. But like, you can cook rice in here too. I mean, it's supposed to be like a rice. I'm gonna kill my dog in a minute. My poor dog, she can't go outside in the snow. No, she can't. She's not one of those dogs that likes to roll around in the snow and play in it. Like, oh hey, this is so fun. No. So yeah. This is it. I don't know. At some point, like I feel like I got to come in and do. I don't want to make you wait around for another gazillion years. So I might have to come back and do a recap. But yeah, you get the gist. And my daughter's walking around in a diaper with her underpants over her diaper. She refuses to wear pants. She's wearing socks, and she's wearing clogs. High fashion statement here, very fashion forward. Solly, I still have the rice cooker. Yeah, I despise doing dishes too. But that's what we do. That's what moms do. And like, I have a hard time having any kind of dishes in my sink, and I despise emptying the dishwasher because my husband has this like crazy.
And he's crazy, and he's funking his butt cheeks out.
And he is crazy. And he's got some phobia about putting away Tupperware. Like he'll put away every piece. Pause for a drink.
And I walk in my bum cheeks in the water.
He does it, yeah. Yeah. Let's just say that like he despises putting away Tupperware. He'll put away all the dishes except for the Tupperware. Yeah. So you can't wait to see the results of the Instant Pot. It's on your list. Cool. All right. Well, it's gonna be a while. And right now my son is like towel snapping me. And we're a third of the bottle in, folks. Third of the bottle in. This will all get better with time. Hey, Mary, how are you? Mary Ring. Mary Ring and I went to grade school together. Our SSPP cheerleaders will take it now that you've seen us. We'll show you how the SSPP cheerleaders will take a bow. Right, Mary? That was my grade school cheerleader. Yeah, I think, what is it about the Tupperware? Like, they're okay with putting away everything else but the Tupperware. And the Tupperware in the Tupperware cabinet is stackable. So all you have to do is put the appropriate Tupperware piece in the stack. Not that complicated. All right. Coming to you live from Greenville, North Carolina in the frigid cold. 2.5 days of snow days. 0.333 bottles of it. Did my daughter just spill her water all over the floor? Probably. 0.333 of a bottle down. Yeah. Hey, Darlene Stein, how are you? Yeah, so we're a third of the way through the bottle. We're 2.5 days into a snow day. And we are now officially cooking in the Instant Pot now that we've already been waiting all this time to preheat or pre-pressurize. So 9 minutes in. I don't want to make you guys wait for another 9 minutes. So what I'm going to do is when this is done cooking and done, I'm like, you should see it like the geyser. But when it's all, seriously, I don't know what's worse. You tell me what's worse. The whining of the dog, who probably has to go outside, but it's so frigid cold she doesn't want to go outside. Or the whining of the children. Which one's worse? Whining the children or whining the dog? I did read a really fine quote the other day, and I'm probably going to post it on my Facebook page. It said that the newest drinking game. Every time your kid whines, you take a sip, but they said don't do that because you'll be dead. I bet you that I would be dead very quickly. So while my children are whining, tearing up my house, and my dog is whining, probably going to pee all over herself, I'm going to let you go, but I will return with at least a photograph or a posted update on how this Instant Pot experience went and how tasty the chicken tortilla soup ends up being. Can't be bad because it's freezing cold outside, and anything warm and comforting. It's like a comfort item, right? I don't know if my kids are going to like it. That's the downside. I don't know if my kids are going to like this particular recipe because, it's got a lot of spices in it, but they'll probably eat the chicken or something. And you know what? There's always chicken nuggets. I used to be anti-chicken nugget. I was like, how dare you serve your child processed chopped meat parts? Now you can see me in the Chick-fil-A drive-in, like, at least once a week. So, here's to you, here's to me, here's to snow days and the bomb typhoonness, whatever we're calling it these days. Check back in about 8 minutes to see how the Instant Pot went. I'm hoping that it's going to be tasty. We'll go from there, but cheers to you guys. Stay warm, stay safe, stay hydrated. Over and out.